All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game SOC versus FoCuS. This game taking place here on the Ruins of Ashara version 2.1. Let's go ahead and break things down in this matchup here. SOC spawning as the blue human on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, you guys may have noticed FoCuS is color changing to yellow over here on the bottom left. Human versus Orc taken from the W3Champions, I believe, season 16. Yeah, seasons are coming and going. Thank you for W3Champions for being able to unite the global Warcraft 3 community together, even though we are getting, well, Korea versus Korea matchup here in the finals. This isn't the finals, just the overall finals at the end of the season. Let's go ahead and break things down. FoCuS opening things up with a Farseer, most likely. Will have some headhunters, and it is a Farseer with that barracks getting online. Meanwhile, traditional Archmage, it will be that in battle of the brains between these two races, as we're looking at Archmage training up and will be going up against that Farseer, both intelligence-based heroes. Now, we can see that an arcane tower already being established here that will delay that other farm from being able to get into 31 supply. Is it? Well, 24 supply here, and then up to 30 supply here. There's a little bit of a delay there, but that arcane tower is so important to ensure you are not getting harassed. With that arcane tower, though, it does delay your tech to tier 2, obviously, and it also stops you from being able to set up an expo early. We'll have to keep a close eye on that as we see a footman, well, that first footman out of the gates being told to call all of these units all the way back. Gonna go after this Ogre Magi that was left behind here. And now, well, Militia are going to try and clear things up. Are we going to see another Bloodlust or anything else of that nature? No, we are not. True Shot or a given to the Archmage. Forest Troll Shadow Priest also benefiting, but the Water Elementals dishing out some bigger damage. Farseer trying to get in the last hit, will not do so. Level 2 now on the Archmage, as damage is still racking up here. All right, Forest Troll Shadow Priest, Abolish Magic could go down onto the second wolf there. Are we going to see it? No. Damage is just racking up onto that Forest Troll Shadow Priest as it is trying to get away. A little bit of a stutter step, a miscue there, as we now see the wolf, well, trying to run across around on the inside. Farseer has taken quite a bit of damage, will be forced to retreat, or at least reconsider his options, as he cannot afford to take that much additional damage from that Archmage and Water Elemental, or any damage at all for that matter. Farseer opting to use the Wolves to tank some damage and clear out some creeps on his opponent's side of the map. Meanwhile, Archmage finishing up this last Forest Troll Trapper here. Perhaps going to try and set up a scout farm in order to hire up a second Forest Troll Shadow Priest until, well, tier 2 is reached. Speaking of tier 2, we have not started yet for SOC. Meanwhile, FoCuS already a third of the way there as we're getting in a little bit more damage. All right, and we're going to see one peasant quickly getting taken down here by those wolves. Forest Troll Berserker now hired up. Water Elementals are here as we see a couple of headhunters here as well. Forest Troll Shadow Priest going to get taken down. There he goes as well. And, well, damage is just getting racked up across the board. FoCuS trying to retreat back with that Forest Troll Berserker. Forest Troll Berserker down to... Is he going to get denied? Yes, he will. Ends up getting denied as footmen are now getting picked apart by FoCuS. FoCuS doing a good job trying to pick apart those units. A new Forest Troll Shadow Priest picked up by SOC, as a lot of damage getting racked up onto that Forest Troll Shadow Priest there. There's a Chain Lightning, and there is a quick death as a Scroll of Town Portal means it's time to get the heck out of Dodge. Bit of damage done. Scroll of Town Portal burned in order to retreat back. Ebb and flow. We're seeing SOC, well, using this opportunity to clear out this 3 o'clock expo location, and an expo it most likely will be. We're looking at a large amount of lumber for SOC. 473, and well, with all of that additional lumber, he can afford to move units back over to a gold mine. That is going to delay that tech to tier 2, and this is why this farm is once more being placed down here. The mercenary camp generally trains up, I would say, tier 2 units at a little bit of an additional cost, but because of that, because it trains tier 2 units, what you end up getting is a way to just dump all of your gold. That's the reason why that strategy works out well, as we see the Archmage now with Boots of Speed trying to chase down all of these Troll Berserkers. Meanwhile, Farseer comes across here, gonna go ahead and pick apart some of these peasants who are just simply hard at work. The man, I guess, or the Orc in this instance, keeping the lower class, the working class down by, well, harassing them while they work. All right, we're looking at this one peasant trying to jump inside that gold mine, able to do exactly that. The wolves now coming back around. Is he going to get another final shot against the... no, he does not. Peasant ends up surviving. Farseer now coming back around, wants to get the last hit on that peasant, but doesn't want to risk too much damage. Meanwhile, Archmage comes back across here and says, you know what? How open is your base? Going to drop in a water elemental and now perhaps try and focus down some of these headhunters. Oh, there goes a headhunter, not denied by FoCuS. Archmage continuing to put in pressure, now going to Staff of Teleportation out of this sticky situation. Meanwhile, Farseer in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to break free. He ends up getting taken out. Staff of Teleportation, well, allows the Archmage to teleport back home, continue that wall off surround, as this one Spirit Wolf, last remains of that harassment from the Farseer, now gone. Toren Chieftain taking this opportunity to clear out this 6 o'clock green creep camp, wants to get some experience. Farseer is getting resurrected. Tech to tier 2 has now been started as the Expo of SOC is currently up and operational. Now, that Archmage sitting at level 3 is a big deal, as it is, well, able to clear out a lot of or make a lot of ground, and also scouting out, making sure that there is no expo anywhere, and wants to put in a bit of harassment. Orc Burrow, no reinforced defenses as of yet, and with that, without the reinforced defenses, we can see a lot of damage racking up onto that burrow already. All right, are we going to see another? There goes another water elemental trying to purge down the one water elemental. It looks as though FoCuS is going to end up losing the Orc Burrow. No, reinforced defense is still a little bit too far away, and with all of that focus there, and the purging from the shaman, able to finish things off. All right, there goes a Stomp. 2 footmen pretty much standing still as they get stunned there, as Ensnare's also coming across as well. Units are going to try and retreat back. One low hit point footman, going to be a dead footman here, served up as the Toren Chieftain tries to run away from the Archmage. Archmage just wants to get off a hit onto perhaps that Toren Chieftain, who's getting a little bit of heals, but the Toren Chieftain with endurance speed, able to keep a bit of distance. Archmage down to 105 hit points, able to teleport back home, as we see a blacksmith now being built at the expo. Arcane Vault done at the main base. We're going to be looking at some clarity potions and a healing salve, or scroll of regeneration, excuse me, as the Archmage wants to clear up some creep camps and perhaps get that much closer to level 4. Water Elemental tanking the majority of that damage here. Footman also taking a little bit of damage in that backline spot, as the Toren Chieftain now looks to get to level 3. How the momentum of the game has changed. Toren Chieftain now nearing level 3. The Archmage will be dealing with a level 3 Farseer and also a level 3 Toren Chieftain. Economically speaking, we are seeing a Great Hall being built right behind this as well, and Shamans getting that adept training for more purges. We saw how effective Purge was against those 2 earlier water elementals when this Orc Burrow was pressured. Toren Chieftain, come on, gets to level 3 now, and we'll be going for level 2 Stomp most likely. Yep, going to be level 2 Stomp, a much larger radius. And the Centaur Sorcerer also going to get cleaned up here. All right, Archmage needs to test the waters, spots a Spirit Wolf there with this Goblin Laboratory, red or orange creep camp here. Meanwhile, a red creep camp off to the bottom right. What are we going to see as a second hero, a Mountain King, as Footmen are now being joined alongside Riflemen and now speed building 2 Arcane Sanctums. All right. This could be a problem. All right, it was a staff of teleportation, but the staff of teleportation was used as a moment as an ensnare was about to go down. Archmage now teleporting back off to the north here, gonna perhaps buy a potion of healing or something else. Mountain King does have some mana and will be going for storm bolts most likely, as pressure now racking up inside the Expo base here. Arcane Tower trying to finish off that wolf. Meanwhile, repairs are underway here, and these units having a difficult time getting in. Single file line trying to get in, as we see a Stormbolt now go down onto the Toren Chieftain. Toren Chieftain losing quite a bit of mana right there. Meanwhile, Lightning Shield slicing through all of these peasants so quickly. So many workers lost. A very efficient use of mana there, racking up a large amount of damage. Stormbolt finds the back end of a Raider, able to stun him down, perhaps going to stun down another Headhunter. No, does not stun it down, as Sok oversaturating this gold mine here. A precautionary tale, as the rest of these these farms could be completed to try and complete this wall-in. No masonry upgrades that I see. We are looking at sorceresses getting trained up back at the home of the Sok. Meanwhile, FoCuS is still at tier 2, sitting at a comfortable 39/51 supply, and also has that Expo up and operational. We should be going into the middle game now. Both sides gonna be going into low upkeep, trying to engage efficiently as the Mountain King gets to level 2. Will it be a clap or a bash? That is the question now. All right, Rifleman, 0/0 upgrades, that True Shot aura benefiting it greatly. Meanwhile, back down to the south side here, peasants or peons working and without any real protection. Perhaps a safety hazard here, as where is the Mountain King? There he is. Mountain King heading up right next to the shop here. Centaur Outrunner getting taken down. Mountain King gets another Tome of Intelligence +2. That's going to be a big deal. He may be able to get up to 300 mana at level 3. There he is. Level 2 Thunderclap, and going to perhaps dive on in. There are a number of orange and red creep camps left. Toren Chieftain gets to level 4 first. Also adds a Belt of Giant Strength. Now close to 1,200 hit points, as units are retreating back. Here we are. Here we go. Raiders going to try to dive on into this town hall position, taking down, perhaps pillaging as well, getting a bit of additional, a bit of additional gold as it continues to knock down these buildings here. Meanwhile, it looks like it is going to be an Expo for an Expo. Spellbreaker getting in the way, preventing the peons from being able to retreat. Beautiful use by Sok there to make sure that that was taken down. Meanwhile, Lightning Shield coming across to try and prevent any repairs. This peasant perhaps could get in, and beautiful micro by Sok. Look at this, all properly spaced around so that Lightning Shield doesn't spread across. But, well, Chain Lightning does have a bit of a further jump distance. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, Stomp, Thunderclap, Hall lost, all in a matter of seconds. Kodo Beast is still in this fight here. Is he going to try and escape away? He is, but quickly gets, taken out. We see a couple more militia here. We're looking at 11 workers and 11 workers only. How much? Yep, we do have level 2 lumber harvesting gathered to try and speed up lumber gathering for Sok. Meanwhile, we should be looking at perhaps speed building another town hall here to try and regain that Expo. Archmage is purposely backing away, meaning the Mountain King will get to level 4, but level 4 isn't nearly as important as those odd levels. Getting a level 3 skill, whether it be Water Elemental, Brilliance, or a Thunderclap or a Stormbolt, making a overall drastic difference here. Claws of Attack +12, though, easily given to the Archmage for now up to a +15 auto attack, and that damage will add up extremely quickly. All right, arcane feedback on that illusion. It will poof into nothing fairly fast. Meanwhile, this is the perfect opportunity for FoCuS to clear out more creep camps. FoCuS, if he clears out this orange creep camp and the red creep camp, depending on which heroes are here, he may be able to get the Toren Chieftain to level 5. picking up a ring, I believe, yeah, Ring of Protection +4, and now going after more creeps again. All right. More expo checking is necessary. Peon wanted to try and build a hall. Finally builds the hall as the sheep does back away. There's a Kodo Beast there. And now more creeping getting underway. Perfect creep jack. There's a Thunderclap. And wow, that level 2 Thunderclap dealing so much damage. Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. Is ensnared. Quickly uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability as it dodges the Toren Chieftain Stomp. Both sides fighting their way through. All of a bunch of raiders getting taken down as we see another Thunderclap coming back across here. Mountain King has a little bit more mana, perhaps going to use another Wand of Mana Stealing charge to remove mana from the Farseer, as we should be looking at another Thunderclap here, racking up more damage. Mountain King finally out of mana, but we can see a bunch of low hit point Orc units. If they are focus fired, they could have a bit of problems. Toren Chieftain gets up to level 5. Mountain King no longer has the Wand of Mana Stealing charge, as is still trying to go after some of these units here again and again. All right, Grunt now down to 20 hit points, not getting finished off. There goes one, there goes the other. Archmage goes for level 3 Brilliance Aura to get more mana into that Mountain King, as the Toren Chieftain still making its way over. There goes another Rifleman, as this is a bloodbath on both sides. Both players down to no upkeep, 36 supply compared to 47. FoCuS on the losing end of this fight here as he continues to retreat back, able to ensure a kill on a Spellbreaker. With that Spellbreaker, Farseer gets to level 5 and now opens up Shadow Wolves. Those Shadow Wolves deal large amounts of damage and are an annoyance, to say the least, as they are invisible while not attacking. And there are arcane towers, or towers in general, so Sok may try to go for that arcane sight on those towers to be able to keep track of them before they get within melee range. Meanwhile, Mountain King, well, just shy of level 5, 13 experience shy here, and there goes a little bit of damage. Finds a Raider. Raider gonna give the necessary experience. Mountain King now up to level 5, level 3 Thunderclap. Stomp coming back the other way as everyone is just trying to, well, minimize their losses. There's a Thunderclap there, but the Thunderclap didn't really hit that many units, as FoCuS's army is rather narrow. He didn't go wide, only 37 supply compared to 43. Perhaps Stormbolt would have been the better call once you are at this point and stage in the battle. All right, repositioning all of those units. Archmage drops a Water Elemental. Mountain King buys a Potion of Mana, gonna continue to try and engage. No Arcane Tower to reveal, or Arcane Sight to reveal where those wolves are, as the Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. Stormbolt, Chain Lightning, Archmage gonna be in trouble. He gets taken down, as the Mountain King, with only level 3 Thunderclap, well, may have chosen the wrong skill in this last fight. The armies are just so small, as FoCuS now takes the supply lead, 42 compared to 39, as the Kodo Beasts are trying to retreat back here. Mountain King trying to catch up. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? No, we are not. And it really has come down to Stormbolts here. Mountain King does have Boots of Speed. There's a Stormbolt, and he does FoCuS down that Farseer. So Farseer falls just on the cusp, but this gives level 6 to the Toren Chieftain. Mountain King trying to go after another Kodo Beast, gets a Kodo Beast down, and now gets a Spellbreaker back as well. The units are still trying to retreat back here. Toren Chieftain is pretty much going to dive on into any situation, as the Raiders and Grunts are trying to get a... No, they are not pillaging, as I thought they would be. All right, Toren Chieftain pretty much can go unchallenged here. Kodo Beast has nowhere to run. Mountain King needs another Potion of Mana, so to speak, in order to gain another Stormbolt down. Slow is cast on the Toren Chieftain. This Kodo Beast is going to lose his lunch here in just a second, as the Spellbreakers want to try and retreat back as well. There goes that one Kodo Beast, more Arcane Sanctum, training up more priests to keep these units alive. All right, surround onto the Toren Chieftain. Toren Chieftain is down to 137 hit points. He also has a Potion of Invulnerability, as all these units need to retreat back. Mountain King needs a little bit more mana, and without the Archmage and that Brilliance Aura, it is an obvious, well, lack of mana for the Mountain King. All right, both sides are still fighting their way through, trying to cast down Slow, trying to finish off the armies. 42 supply compared to 44. Mountain King gets up to level 6 and is now going to be able to finish off more. FoCuS gives the GG, and that is it. FoCuS gives the GG right here. A beautiful game between the Sock and FoCuS, lead changing back and forth multiple times. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.